Have you ever wondered how a brand new drug goes from a scientist's idea to a life-saving medicine on your pharmacy shelf? It's a journey filled with rigorous testing, mountains of data, and intense scrutiny. Today, we're unpacking the entire FDA drug approval process, from lab discovery to post-market safety, step by step. This is your complete guide for 2026. Stay tuned until the end, because the last section reveals how the FDA continues to monitor drugs even after they've been approved, which is a crucial part of public safety. Every approved drug begins as an idea, often stemming from years of scientific research into how diseases affect the human body. Researchers identify a biological target, maybe a specific protein or receptor involved in a disease. Then, the real hunt begins. They test thousands, sometimes millions, of chemical compounds in the lab to find one that interacts with that target in just the right way. But finding a promising compound is only the first hurdle. Before it ever reaches humans, this potential drug must undergo what's called preclinical testing. This usually involves laboratory and animal studies, often with mice or primates, to evaluate several key things. First, pharmacokinetics, or how the drug is absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body, often called ADME. They also study its short-term and long-term toxicity to see if it causes any harmful effects. And critically, they determine what doses are safe enough to even consider testing in humans. All of this data is carefully collected because it forms the foundation for the next big step, the investigational new drug application. Once the preclinical research is complete and shows promise, the company or research sponsor compiles all their results and submits them to the FDA in an investigational new drug, or IND, application. This isn't a simple form. It's a comprehensive dossier that includes the full chemical composition of the drug detailed, information on how it's manufactured, the proposed plan for clinical trials in humans, and of course, all the results from the lab and animal testing. The FDA's role here is absolutely crucial. A team of experts reviews the IND to make sure that the proposed clinical trials and expose human participants to unreasonable risks. Their primary goal is to protect the volunteers. If the FDA gives the green light and approves the IND, only then can human trials officially begin. Now we enter the clinical trial phase, starting with phase 1. This is the first time the drug is tested in humans. These trials typically involve a small group of people, usually between 20 to 80 healthy volunteers. The main focus here is safety, not yet whether the drug actually works. Researchers carefully measure how the human body reacts to the drug, what side effects occur, and what the safe dosage range might be for future studies. In some cases, like with certain cancer drugs, it wouldn't be ethical to test on healthy subjects, so these trials will involve patients with a specific condition right from the start. If the drug proves to be safe in phase 1, it moves on to phase 2. The group of participants gets larger, now including a few hundred patients who actually have the condition the drug is intended to treat. In this phase, scientists start evaluating the drug's effectiveness. Does it really work? They also continue to monitor for any short-term side effects and work on finding the optimal dosing range. Phase 2 is all about refining both the science and the strategy before moving on to much larger, more expensive testing. It's where we get the first real glimpse of whether the drug has a future. Assuming the drug shows both safety and early signs of effectiveness, it advances to phase 3. This is the largest and most definitive part of clinical testing. Phase 3 trials can involve thousands of patients located at multiple study sites, sometimes all over the world. These studies are designed to be the ultimate test. They compare the new drug against existing treatments or a placebo to confirm its safety and effectiveness on a large, diverse population. The data generated here is incredibly detailed and forms the core evidence that the FDA will later use to make its approval decision. These trials often last for several years and can cost hundreds of millions of dollars. But they are absolutely vital for protecting public health and ensuring a new drug is truly ready for the market. Once all 3 phases of clinical trials are complete, the drug sponsor gathers every single piece of data they VE collected and compiles it into a new drug application, or NDA. And when I say compile, I mean it. An NDA can be over 100,000 pages long. It includes all the preclinical data from the lab, all the clinical data from human trials, the proposed labeling for the drug, which includes instructions, warnings and dosage information, and extensive details about the manufacturing process and the facilities where it will be made. Submitting the NDA is like turning in the most important final exam of your life. A dedicated team at the FDA made up of doctors, statisticians, pharmacologists, chemists, and other scientists will then review every single line of this massive document to decide if the drug's benefits outweigh its risks for its intended use. The FDA review process itself is incredibly thorough and can take months or even years. During this time, the review team scrutinizes every aspect of the NDA, sometimes for particularly complex, novel, or high-impact drugs. The FDA will convene an independent advisory committee. This committee is made up of outside experts who provide non-binding recommendations on whether the drug should be approved. While the FDA makes the final decision, these expert opinions carry a lot of weight. If the review team is satisfied that the drug is safe and effective, they grant approval, and the drug can finally be marketed to patients. But wait, there's another crucial check that happens in parallel. Before granting final approval, the FDA also inspects the manufacturing facilities where the drug will be produced. They need to ensure that the company is following what are known as good manufacturing practices, or GMPs. This is to guarantee that every single pill, vial, or dose produced is consistently safe, pure, and potent. A drug can be perfectly designed, but if it's not made correctly, it could be ineffective or even dangerous. You might think that once a drug is approved, the story is over. But that's far from the truth. The FDA's job continues long after a drug hits pharmacy shelves through a process called post-market surveillance. The agency operates robust safety monitoring systems, including MedWatch and the FDA Adverse Event Reporting System, or FAERS. These tools allow doctors, patients, and drug companies to report any unexpected side effects or problems. If new safety concerns emerge from this real-world data, the FDA can take action. This might mean issuing new warnings, updating the drug's label, or in serious cases, even pulling the drug from the market entirely. So, why is this entire process so long and complicated? Every single step from the initial lab testing to the real-world monitoring after approval exists to strike a critical balance between fostering medical innovation and ensuring patient safety. It's the system that allows life-saving drugs to reach the patients who need them without compromising their health. The next time you pick up a prescription, just take a moment to remember the incredible journey behind it. Years of dedicated research, thousands of brave volunteers, and the vigilant eyes of the FDA working to protect us all. If you found this breakdown of the drug approval process helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share this video to help spread awareness. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.